important because you want the lead to be stable, so you are putting it in this vein, not artery, in the vein branch. And then you will be able to pace from these sides too. But you're only pacing from two. But the quad is a quadrupolar lead, and it also is like the dorms in college are called quads too, but it's different. So, okay. So the quad refers to that.
Right, I was, because when you put a quad in me.
Yeah, I did.
Yes. And, but it only had 3 leads. That's what I.
It has 3 leads, but one of the
yes,
leads has
yes.
4 electrodes,
Yep.
so you can select
the
where you
quad.
want to pace from. It gives you more options because you know there are some, you know, you're really moving a lead in a chamber, and you know there are several factors involved in that. Meaning that, well, you get the spot and you put it in. You don't want to be limited from where you can pace. Let's say this part of the heart was more responsive than this, so you want to be able to do that without having to move the lead. So it gives you more options.
Great, thank you.
Now, your leads you're putting in, are they actually in the chambers of the heart, or are they on the outside?
No, they're in the chambers.
In the chambers.
Except for the quad lead, except for the LV lead, which runs, we need to have a heart model, which is not inside the left ventricle, but it wraps around the veins. The veins, it's not an artery, so that's not supplying oxygenated blood. So the heart has many veins. It goes in one of the veins. So this is how a lead looks like, since you asked that question. It's kind of a nice segue, right? The leads are not rigid wires. This is a defibrillator lead, so it's thicker than pacemaker leads. But it's kind of like, you know, it's very flexible. You can pass it around. And but we don't. How are you going to put this in the heart? I mean, it's like it's flimsy. So we get through the vein, and then we put a stylet in it. So we get to the vein, and then you have like it's not that complex actually. So humans have figured this out, I guess. So so you have an IV line in the vein, in the artery, in the vein, not in the artery. You don't want to put it in the artery, in the vein. So you pass this through the special kind of an IV line, through the IV line, so now it's in the central venous system. But it's soft, right? Soft, so you don't want it, because at the end when you're all done, you don't want any rigid wires. You want the person, if they can run, jog, I mean, younger people who have defibrillators for different reasons can actually do those things, okay? So the lead then is advanced, and you put these stylets in the lead, and then you will then shape it in any which way you want, and it will then go to where you want it to go. So this is a stylet. So now that I put the stylet in there, it's sort of like I like to liken it to a noodle. Like, you know, the noodles have a hole in them. Okay, so it's like a cooked wet noodle. Right? So it goes through there. So you can put it in the heart, and then you can actively deploy it. And then once it's where you want it, and you're sure, and that's where the implanter's experience comes in, you can take this off. And now you have, the tip is attached to the heart. And you have a lead system. And then
So
you
you can maneuver that from the end?
from here, yeah, I can direct it pretty much anywhere I want in the heart.
So that's how you do it.
Yeah, that's how we put the leads in, and then they have fixated it. Right. Okay, good. Now you guys think of some questions and talk amongst yourselves. So I'm going to try and see if I can get the
Now you leave that
slideshow.
whole thing in the heart once you take
Not the
the,
silence.
No,
This thing goes out.
yeah, but that's.
This is
staying
delivery.
where-
This is
Now
a
how-
delivery system.
Okay, now, when you have some patient come in to check the lead or the
Yes,
pacemaker, do you have to come in to do that, or can you do that over?
remotely, yeah. So the way that works is that the way the lead is checked, and how do you check a lead? You don't go out and check and see how it is. The way they figure it out is they look at the resistances. They look at, they can tell, because it's pacing the heart, okay, you can tell you can tell whether it's in contact with the heart or not based on how well the electricity is traveling within it. So because if it's actually in contact with the heart, the resistance between the lead, so you can measure resistance. It's a closed circuit. And it will then know if the resistance changes. So, and the way that's done is, so the device is sitting here, Yeah, this is actually this works. So, yeah, this is how the leads go in. This is actually a nice example. And so this is, so you put the lead where you want it, you connect it, and you will notice that, okay, so then the way the system gets checked is you talk with this guy through RF. You don't open the patient up every time. That would not work.
I wouldn't come back.
That's not won't be fun. Excuse me, it's not going to hurt at all. No. So you interrogate the device like that, and then you find out what's going on, and then it will give you the printouts. It will tell you what's the resistance of the lead, what's going on. You can see how much electricity it takes to pace the heart and such. So the health, the well-being of the lead and its contact with the heart is measured by how much electricity it takes to pace the heart. That shouldn't change a lot, and it's very little. And the resistance, the currents, all of those things are measured. And you can tell also if there's a breach in the lead circuit. That's how it works. And when you replace the device, you don't, people say, are you going to replace the battery? You take the old device out and you just put the new device in.
It will tell if the battery is down then? Is that what also?
Yes, 6 months, usually 8 months to a year ahead of time. It's not like a car battery. So it says that I'm going to run out of battery,
Oh, okay.
and then it will still work for basic functions, but it will turn down the more sophisticated functions. So it can do a lot of other things. So it will just keep its essential functions. That can go even if somebody didn't do it. It can go for 6 months or longer. Just like the satellites, like the Voyager, it's traveling, but it doesn't have all of its functions.
You also have I do, a Merlin at home, which checks
Yeah, remotely.
Monitor.
Yeah, that's not
remotely when I'm
Okay.
sleeping and
Yeah,
says
so
if
it's-
there's any problem.
Yeah, right. So now it has evolved. Where it used to be where you had to wand it with no proximity, and now there is ones where this device will communicate with the base. With it, ID to it. So nobody else somebody else had the same truth defibrillator, they came to your house, the Merlin would not see it. It will only see your device.
And that's got a cell phone attached to it.
Yeah.
Mine's a St. Jude.
Yeah.
Calls St. Jude and calls the doctor
Yeah.
and tells him.
Well, they don't actually call me.
The nurse gets the call first.
No, actually, it goes to it does go to a place where it's read. If somebody had an arrhythmia or such, then yeah, they will. If somebody had a different arrhythmia, say that okay, this man had a problem.
The golf clubhouse gets
Mine was
called.
3 days late.
Yeah, there you go. You see.
I had, heart rate went up to 100, 200 some beats. I hit the deck. It defibrillated me. I came around. But the device didn't that happened on a Friday afternoon. I got a call Monday afternoon
Saying it.
from the device headquarters out of Minnesota saying,
Oops.
you have a, what do they call
You
it?
had
Right.
an episode.
Episode.
Regular.
And we had
Well,
it right.
what are you talking about, you know?
Yeah, that's exactly right.
But it was, yeah.
Because it took them,
So, so that's why defibrillators are what they are. So it used to be that they didn't have these monitoring systems, but it's still okay because that's the function. Because remember, it's not a heart attack; it's an electrical storm.
right,
So you fix the electrical storm, everything goes back to normal.
right,
If it were a heart attack, that would not be a good thing,
right.
And because then you would need somebody to open up the vessel.
Does, you can just keep working on your thing. Does
Yeah, okay.
bypass surgery harm the electrical system of the heart at all?
Bypass surgery does not harm the electrical system, but it cannot undo what has been, it can prevent further heart attacks. If something is actually damaged, it actually infarcted or damaged, it cannot revive that. But if something was threatened to be damaged or was kind of strangulated, not getting enough blood, the bypass surgery will refurbish or not, it will resupply that area with oxygenated blood and it will pick up. So you can have a heart efficiency of 20%, normal being 50 or 60. And let's say all your vessels were tight and blood wasn't going through, but nothing was infarcted. nothing was, or you came to attention because you had chest pains or something. And if you bypass that person, then their heart function will come back because the tissue did not die out. So this is going to work, actually. I suspect it's going to work.
Is everybody signed in?
Yeah, it's really
But there's
important
some
because
over
I'm
here
taking
that-
attendance here, okay?
He needs to sign and I can take it down.
Is
On
it
each
just
side,
like-
I think there's a couple on each
We
side.
have some over
Yeah.
here.
Should have a PowerPoint